This bonus episode of the Dexter Numbs podcast is brought to you by Patreon. That was smooth.
Very smooth.
Very smooth. On like my skin.
Mm-hmm. Or your
ribs. Are your ribs supposed to be smooth?
Well, they're not fucking smooth at the moment, are they?
Oh fuck. Every breath is like I've been crying for an hour. Like I go to fill my lungs up, my muscle twitches, and then I go and that's how I fill my lungs up. I'm very
real
healthy.
Primary school crying.
That is a proper. He told me he didn't think I'm not really going to say.
Right. Thank you very much to all our patrons. Thank to all our new patrons. If you haven't sent us a question, please do let us know. If you send them via Instagram or anywhere else, we're not going to answer them.
Yeah.
So you only get a chance to put it through on Patreon. Right. Where are the pints being held after the big fight?
In the hands.
Gloves off, obviously.
No.
Still the gloves on. It'd be deadly if you went out afterwards still wearing the gloves.
I actually reckon you could. The gloves that I have for training, I reckon you could hold the pint.
Could you hold a pint at all?
They're quite flexible.
That'd be deadly. It's just going into New York with 2 gloves on.
Aye. You could definitely get a bottle.
There will be pints. We don't know where.
Aye.
Or we do, and we're not telling you.
Aye.
Right, for Mickey. Recently moved to Lurgan area. Bars, restaurants to go to, and ones to avoid.
Courthouse, fantastic food.
Lovely food. That
Ashburn, fantastic food. Apparently the Vintage does good food, but I haven't tried that out yet myself. Bars I would frequent.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your Courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Cellar Bar is quite good. Woodville.
Woodville. You can't beat the Woodville now.
Can't beat it.
It's the only place I've drank in Lurgan. The Woodville. But it was lovely that day.
It's
We
good,
sat
mate.
out there now. We had
I'll
about
do it again soon.
we had a wild scoop.
Coming to the long nights, do you know what I mean?
And
Better weather.
why was I there? Or why was I getting picked up? Emer was somewhere in Belfast and she was picking me up on the way
Aye.
home.
And that was one of
It was
those, I'm
glorious.
getting left at 7 o'clock, we would drink like fuck here.
Aye. Well, then
Yeah.
fuck, we took some sups that day.
I love it. Oh,
Right.
I can't wait. I think I'm going to the pub with my dad on Sunday
Oh,
after the boxing because we missed our Christmas Eve pints
Right.
because my dad wasn't well. So there's a plan now to get fucking the Bartlett boys are going to wreck someplace. I'll be drinking, I guess.
Right, next up, can we bring McCartney back for a weekly roast?
No.
No.
Hurt.
Well, hey, question to McCartney himself. He's not here.
He's not here.
Right.
Read it out. I'll do it as McCartney.
Well, hey, question to McCartney himself. Have you ever thought about doing television? I reckon RTE are due a massive shift in their talent, and Tuberty could get the fuck, and McCartney would be the appropriate replacement. With that being said, Dipper spotted in the Moy Square across from Tommy's bar.
That gets me every time.
You really shouldn't. Right, so...
So what would I want to be on TV for? So what would I be doing on the television? I was up one time in Knocknacloy with the Pegasus riding the back of a winged horse, and it says, "That's not at all." So that's McCartney.
Uncanny.
Yeah,
Right.
that's McCartney on the. I've already done that person last week now. I would like to.
Right, what round is Mickey going to put Mark down? Also near Crash McCarr. Listen to last week's episode. What round are you going to put him down?
See, if I hadn't hurt my ribs, right,
Uh-huh.
and I was able to train all last week and get a good bit of training this week, I genuinely reckon if it like opened the taps,
You could do it in the
I
first
could have put him
round.
in the first round.
I genuinely think the same. And also, no disrespect to Mark, and I know you, but
But you know the only thing is, I don't know how to open the taps because there's something about boxing where I go, I don't want to get punched.
yeah, you hold back a bit. But there is that thing too when it's friends.
Like,
There's that if it's somebody that has actually been a cunt and really been hurt. Like some of them boxing fights where they're really and you're like, I'm going to get you.
But
there's none of that feeling like there's none of that vibe.
I think that's why. I think that's the only reason why. And this sounds like trash talk. I don't mean it this way. I think because me and McCartney have no bad blood at all. There's like we're genuinely just doing it for the crack.
Yeah.
I reckon if I had to come in swinging and he'd have thought we were doing it for the crack, that's how I could have put him. Do you know what I mean? He'd have been, what the fuck, sir? I thought this was only a bit. I thought this is for charity.
Or what you do is you dance around till the last 15 seconds of the third round.
Aye.
Just knock him out.
But I honestly think like, and there's a thing too with because I was watching a couple of saying in the last podcast, I was watching a bunch of guys sparring last night.
Mm.
I like boxing, but for it to look like I'm boxing.
Yes.
The white collar version of just fucking swinging like fuck
Yeah.
doesn't really appeal to me.
No.
So I suppose what I'm trying to say is I'm not fit enough to go 3 rounds.
Yeah. I honestly don't think you're fit enough to go one round. I don't mean
Aye, at the
fitness
minute,
wise.
like,
I mean
yeah,
with your ribs.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Right. What is the running order of the boxing and what time does it start? I don't want to waste valuable drinking time. 4 small beers for £15 in the Ulster Hall can go fuck themselves. Fair enough.
Unfortunately, nothing I can do about that. I think it's 8 o'clock.
Is it? Yeah. The running order, I think, is as is on the poster. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
So that's it. Right. On a scale of 1 to fucking fuming, how annoyed were you at the man who answered his phone during your show at Brickwork on Thursday night, Mickey? I was ready to scrap him and the rest of the ones in that group. Connor, what's the most annoying thing Mickey does that just winds you up? P.S. Last show was unreal. I still think Mick will take McCartney 100%. Can't wait to see it. Love these lads. Right, so how annoyed were you?
Yours is a question with many answers because it's a question with many questions. Yeah, so I Brickwork on Thursday night, a guy's phone rang, and I mean right at the last. I'd done all the build-up, and I was about to say the last fucking word,
Oh.
and this guy's phone rang, and then he answered it. Thankfully, it was one of those nights where I was doing well enough that it was all right.
Mm.
But it was also weird. I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to leave this place as soon as this is over because he's going to want to talk to me about that.
I just
Do you
don't. I don't know. I just don't understand what's in people's heads. Like,
I tell you what it was.
how important does that person think that an entire room of strangers is going to want to see him answer a phone and then give you the phone?
It was the 2nd of February. So dry January's over.
Yeah, okay.
Because that was a very, very drunk crowd on Thursday night.
Right. Thursday.
Yeah. So
The thirstiest.
I had a great time. Like there was a lot of heckles, but it was fun because I think with Brickwork as well, I've got that kind of thing where I think I've got a bit of a reputation in that club where people go, "Oh fuck, he's." Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you were like the resident MC.
oh yeah,
at
because
the
I
start,
am
like,
for years and stuff. So I think there's a wee thing of I've got a familiar relationship with the audience. So when I get heckled, any put down works.
yeah.
So for me, it's a big ego booster. It's like, oh, it was class. So I wasn't annoyed at all. Never forget, a man drank my water on stage one time. So that's
Connor, what's the most annoying thing Mickey does that just winds you up? I don't think I have anything.
Thank you.
I don't really get
liar.
wind up. I really don't. I
Really?
don't.
Even
Yeah.
with the fact that I never replied a text message or do no work for this podcast.
No.
The fact that like we're booking a live podcast to put me in contact with the guy that runs it, anyone here Connor deal with that. The fact that you had to text me a reel that you made, even though I said I'd do it 8 months ago, doesn't.
I genuinely no, honestly, because
What about this shit? No, skin thing? No.
no.
Does it annoy you? Constantly moisturising? No. Farting on the podcast?
No, there we go. Maybe the farting on the podcast would wind me up.
I wish I could muster one up right now. It would have been great timing, but
That
I
would
can't.
have fucking perfect timing.
I can't push.
But I genuinely know. I don't know if it's because I'm so laid back. I don't. It doesn't wind me up.
You're
in
supposed
that
to
sense.
this because I'm not an annoying person.
Oh yeah, maybe because you're on.
Does the neediness annoy you? The fact that I'm always like, pay me a compliment. The constant request for cuddles, whatever. Get
You
annoyed.
can, yeah, that can never day out, Mike.
Jesus,
Oh, yeah. Right. What do you?
now on, by the way, because it's so cold in here, can we sit in the same sofa? Because I'm founder.
What do you think of Freddie Flintoff watching A League of Their Own while typing this and think the man is hilarious, thinking he should try stand up? On a different note, was listening back to old episodes and was left in stitches again by the best sponsor yous ever have had, an apple and a stepladder to feed the high horse. Hope someone makes a compilation of all the previous sponsors, as there's some underappreciated belters. Good luck in the fight, Mick. Can't wait to hear the crack next week. There are a few. I'd love
There's
to.
been some belters,
Like we're coming up to 150, and what 6 episodes or so.
Aye.
Like 150 ads will be fucking amazing, but that's a bit of work. Yeah.
Aye, fuck me.
Right. Yeah. So what in regards to the
Freddie Flintoff,
Freddie
I
Flintoff?
met him briefly once
right?
and
Well,
couldn't
that was
talk.
Top Gear thing, was it?
No, it was Monumental.
Right.
So he wasn't on Top Gear when I was doing it.
Oh, right. Okay.
And he seemed a very, very good. It was whenever he was doing he was fucking boxing. Remember he made a documentary?
That's right. Yeah.
He tried to become a professional
Yeah.
boxer. And he was in Belfast shooting something or fighting maybe. And just seemed like a really, really nice, laid back.
No, he
Lovely
always
bloke.
comes across that way.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's like, but he always he was famous for it. He loved the wee shop.
Loved an Irish swal.
So yeah, he
What
always
you can
seemed
drink when
like,
you're playing cricket? It's not a real game, like is it?
not going to last 3 days.
Oh, you need a drink for 3 days.
That's what happens. They're all excited to get bowled out so they can
Uh-huh.
go and drink again. Right, what's the deal with the clatter of colons on Mickey's arm? And also, Yums, what the fuck is a Chinese spy balloon? What do you mean? Listen to the
Is
last episode.
Yeah.
And
Is that a wee joke about a Karate Kid tattoo?
I think the problem is they are maybe new to the podcast and don't know the background to it. And when you have sleeves on, all you see is dots.
Yeah. Also,
And
but the clatter of colons could refer to the amount of fisting I've been doing,
that's true,
including your mother. Oh, yeah. Hope your ma's alright, by the way. It's always a risk.
When you get a bottle of irrigation,
Aye.
it's not good.
Just emptied out like a. Nope, nothing.
That'll
Like
do.
a laundry basket.
And what the fuck is a Chinese spy balloon? It's what the media calls a EMP.
I saw someone make a really good point that if the Chinese wanted to actually spy on Americans using that kind of technology, surely Chinese lanterns would be better because nobody'd bat an eyelid.
Did you see what China did? Released 10,000 balloons in the air.
Did they?
Yeah.
Man, I heard
Do
a
you know-
song about that a German girl wrote years ago, and it's all about World War III. That was prophetic. None and none
No,
for
it's
snuff
good.
balloons. None and none for snuff balloons. How do you say that in Chinese?
Oh.
Sorry, I was trying not to cough there. I wasn't being rude.
I just
Putting the can in Cantonese. Huh?
the old tinfoil started tingling when it was automatically it was a Chinese spy balloon.
Aye.
No need for verification. No need for was it maybe Russia? Was it
Exactly.
maybe their own?
And let's be honest, if we're going to talk about spying, sure, haven't they admitted they're listening to your phone calls?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking government's doing it. They're,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I hate to go down the rabbit hole now, Connor. That's me doing Mark McCartney again. But we've told you.
We've told you.
So,
Why worry about something spying on you from 60,000 feet away when it's 6 foot away?
aye.
Or 6
When
inches
you're
from your
recording that
cock.
balloon from a device that's listening to everything you fucking do. Do you know what I mean? Imagine sitting there, Jesus Christ, I can't believe them Chinese people spying on us. Oh, look.
Oh, I love the fact that it took Biden ordered them to shoot it down on
Aye.
Wednesday, and they shot it down on Saturday. I was like,
Serious?
are you a fucking superpower? He said, "Oh, I ordered them to shoot it down, but it took them 3 days to fucking
Aye.
do it." There's something.
How do you know it was a Chinese spy? It said happy birthday in Chinese on the side of it.
There's something going on.
There's something going on, but
Well, boys, long time since I contacted you two fine fellas. So, with all the hype of the boxing at the minute, is there anything that you're both are buzzing and can't wait for? Also, Connor missed the hefty unit tour, but so glad I got tickets to see yourself supporting Mr. Murphy. Keep up the amazing work, and if you ever decide to up the Patreon for more support, it will be welcome with open arms.
oh, God bless
Cheers,
you. No,
thank
thanks
you
very
very
much.
We had thought about that before, but we thought, no, fuck it. People are struggling enough,
Yeah,
so we'll
where
not
it
do
is
that.
plenty.
So just try and get other listeners who are on the freebies,
Yeah.
get them on.
We also have a PayPal or
Yeah.
just send drugs to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really liking the idea of a PO box, just in case to see what
Aye.
treats we would get delivered.
A Padre PO box, you can claim it off charity. Claim it back off your taxes.
Is there anything that you're both buzzing for and can't wait for? Well, there actually is. We have official announcement of a show,
Which one? With two shows?
a live show.
The one in England or the one in Belfast?
Oh man, it's because you announced the other one already.
We're going to remind people. Frog and Bucket, 26th of March. We're going to be there doing stand-up. Not a podcast, though. And then we're looking at the 20th of May.
Looks like the 20th of May we will be in Mandela Hall.
Oh, we're now. So glad I got out of jail. That's Nelson Mandela, who the hall was named after.
Thought it was a Chinese person.
Man, it's very hard to... Let's be honest. Very similar.
Not far away, yeah.
Oh, Charlie Democrat got enough. Thank you so much. That's Nelson Mandela,
It is.
isn't it? That's what he says it to me. Black people and white people are living together. That's great to see.
It's not
I'm
bad.
from South
Not
Africa.
bad. Like
yeah.
when you get past the initial
Do you know what I mean?
Asian twang.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm Nelson Mandela. Look at this. It is Chris Hemsworth from Thor. Yeah, so it's good to be here with Nelson Mandela. So yeah, it's good.
Fucking Al Foreign over here.
Do you know well, can't do him. You know, sometimes I think about my... Nope, can't do it.
Yeah, so we'll let the patrons buy tickets first. So we will.
Yeah,
when
it'll
the
go,
tickets
once
are
everything's
announced,
sorted out,
it'll
it'll be on
go-
Patreon first.
You're talking a week or two before we get things finalised with posters and stuff. But so patrons will get the first refusal, and then after that it's free for all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you refuse it and you're a Patreon, What are you doing? Huh?
What are you doing?
You trying to break my heart?
And yes, hopefully I see you when I'm out with Mr. Murphy, unless you're in Oma this weekend, because I'm not there. Right. Evening, gents. Mickey, what have you left and to who in your will? Connor, will Dexter and Jones be rebranded after last week's episode of yourself and King Kearney? You know, since Mick didn't speak at all. Also, a question for Nev. All the lineups for the fights this Saturday, can we get his views on who's winning each fight? P.S. Just because Mickey is there, don't worry about intimidation from him. He couldn't even speak up for himself last week. Thanks, lads. Keep it.
Who's that from?
That's from our mate Philip.
Philip, you're dead to me. Yeah.
That's what you do when you mess about with the best. Like, that's you're going to fucked up.
Is that Philip the day after the day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Philip, you'll be got.
Mm.
You'll be got in the long grass.
The grass is green, boy.
That's it. Every cloud. Huh? I'll be weird. You use weird sayings threateningly. Stone in the hand, boy. You just remember that. Huh? A bird in the bush. Worth two in the back. Huh? You play ball with me, I'll scratch yours, Philip.
And as for Nev doesn't have a mic, so we're not going to do that. But Nev, Mickey's going to win, isn't he?
Of course.
See.
I mean, I know why.
Yes. Well, man, how's the form? Not a question, but I've just got tickets for the Queen's Comedy Club gig. Looking forward to see you both keep her lit. Well, we will be there too.
We'll be there, yes.
27th of February.
27th of February.
Myself, Mickey.
27th of February?
Yeah.
Is that far away?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because there's one with Murph. Sorry, I
Yes.
thought you were on the same one with Murph.
No, it's myself, you, and
Paddy
McDowell.
McDowell.
Nah.
He's conscious.
Right, can you fellas help me out and convince my wife Katie to let me drive to Mickey's show in Manchester and drive home after it? I've tried, but I'm sure you guys telling her on camera would change her mind.
Katie, let the man do what he wants.
Come on, Katie.
Let the man out of the house for the love of Jesus. Put his cock down and let him be free.
He doesn't get out often.
Doesn't get out often at all.
Jesus,
Where's he driving from?
Don't know.
How long's the drive?
Don't know.
Katie, it's only around the corner. Here's one. Take Katie with you. Fuck's a Katie, one down.
Katie, I think the way I read it was, can you help me out and convince my wife Katie to let me drive to Mickey's show in Manchester and drive home after it? So I thought he wanted to drive to the gig and get her to drive home after it.
Oh, right, Katie.
I don't know if that's the way it's working. I don't know.
Katie, drive the
Katie,
man home.
he's being
Jesus. Who's that from again?
Lee.
Lee. Jesus, Lee. Remember Lee?
Sure, Lee.
Fucking sure. Me and Lee and Connor go way back, Katie.
Oh, I used to wear his jeans.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I used to do his martial arts. And my word, the times we've had with Lee. Do you remember that time? Do you remember
Oh, fuck! Do you mind?
me, you, and Lee.
Do you mind us?
Do you remember? I mean, I knew the jeans, and I was doing it. Do you remember?
I remember he didn't know.
Fuck Lee, some crack.
Oh, fuck, you're some crack.
That gonorrhea clear up, Lee.
Katie would know.
Katie would know. Katie, itchy Katie.
Oh.
Sounds like a Japanese car.
Now, here's the thing, because the next question might swing it for them.
Uh huh.
Because it's part of the same, because they're getting cheeky now, they're firing 3 questions into one. So the next line is, who's supporting you in Manchester, Mickey?
Connor.
It's me. So, Katie, if you're not coming to see Texture and Yums, what the fuck are you doing in your life?
Sit in the house scratching Lee's wounds.
Cheers for reading and ignoring my message on Instagram, Mickey. All hail King Kearney.
Fuck you, Lee. I never liked you. Never fucking liked Lee. Fucking stupid Lee. Fucking.
Right.
His nickname's Awkward Lee, 'cause that's how he makes love.
Right. Advice needed. I've been FWB with someone. Friends with benefits. Right. Right. Okay. Advice needed. I've been friends with benefits with someone for a couple of years, on and off. No dates or anything beyond hooking up. Does she mean bucking up?
Bucking.
Oh, okay.
Couple of years, friends with benefits.
Fuck. Now he wants to see each other and ambush me with his mum and dad. How do I tell him absolutely not without hurting his feelings? We've been friends since school, and I'm really not romantically inclined towards anyone. Well, poor critter has fallen in love with you.
Tell you what I would do. Send him a link to this podcast. Now he knows.
Yeah.
We'll not read your name out.
No, but I
mean, that could be the end of a whole bunch of relationships if we just keep that discreet.
Yeah. So, So basically, normally,
You know what I would-
I'm sorry, but I would have fallen for the stereotype that roles would be reversed in that scenario.
I don't know.
So it's not. You see, it's just
Feminism and Thatcher changed the world.
But now
And this
the
lady's not returning.
the ambushing for with mum and dad. Now that yeah.
What I would do, and it's going to sound a wee bit unethical. It's a bit out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rub the crack of your ass
Mm-hmm.
with one finger.
Yeah.
And when you meet the parents, you go to shake hand. Rub that smell all over the parents'
Yeah.
hand. At some point, they'll have to touch their faces. And go, what the fuck that smell?
Yeah.
They'll then say to him, "She's a wild, smelly hand."
Aye.
And no good has ever come of a smelly hand.
Never comes. You see mole rats, the stink palm.
Yep. They'll
That's the
maybe
way to do
go.
it.
They'll go. Listen, I think she's gangrenous. I don't think she's long for this planet. And they'll talk him into
Yeah.
not being in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
You get to keep the benefits
Mm-hmm.
because he knows she's not really that smelly.
Mm.
And then if he goes, listen, come meet my and dad again, just double down.
Right.
Just really get up the shock.
Oh.
Lather the hand with it.
Fist it basically.
Yeah, fess the fuck out of it.
No one finger for the second
Yeah.
time. Like no.
If it doesn't work on the third time, when the dad goes for the handshake, you grab him by the cock
Mm-hmm.
and go like father, like son is a big man. Jeez, there's some weight in that. Do you know what I mean? Grab his balls like pick and mix at the cinema. That's too much. That's too much, boy. That'll cost you a fortune.
Or sucking your ma's nipple and go, "Mummy."
Yeah, just be real inappropriate.
Yeah. So this does sound like an agony hour question. We haven't done an agony hour in a couple of years, obviously,
Aye.
at this stage. But
Just
listen,
tell him.
Just tell him. I mean, the worst case scenario is he's only going to get to ride you
Aye.
from now on,
Yeah.
which
And-
is what
and
he's been
if,
doing
If
anyway.
you're friends with benefits, take the cock out of your mouth long enough to speak. Just go like this. Listen, I don't want to meet your ma, right? Huh? No, never. No. Don't. As a person, I don't like it. Oh no, this is grand. This is top notch. Years we've been at it. Nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to Kristen.
Couple of years, like, you know what I mean? So this is the thing. I would imagine like feelings do form then, but obviously not for this person. But you know,
If you've got a
You'd have
a
thought that.
verbal contract,
yeah.
this is nothing more but scratching each other's backs.
And it's made clear that I'm not romantically inclined towards anyone. So there you are. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just telling.
did they know in advance? Did they know it was just going to be friends with benefits? And if they did, well, then he's just a whinging cunt.
Yeah. So I would go, listen here, you whinging cunt. See if you want this to keep happening. You'll not do that again.
Stop your fucking whinging.
Yeah.
If Mickey gets beat, will Kesey summon his inner John Wick, go down to his basement, slide away the concrete, and retrieve his Ulster Champions medal from his troubled past and seek redemption? I will.
I was at a
I have my medal, actually. and
30th
bring it
birthday
with
party
me.
the weekend where one of my cousins said, I can't watch that because if he gets the better of you, we'll rush the stage. And I was like, it's called a ring. Dickhead.
I have to wear my medal on the night. Me and Tommy McCarthy.
It's like going into.
Well, I don't have a ticket, so that's how I'm getting in. It's like boxer. you know what I
Aye,
mean? So that's
100%. Yeah.
right. Happening, fellas. It's
Happen.
happening. Long time listener, possibly third time commenting. I love the
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, I love it. Question for the king.
Can't
of the,
count to 3, yeah.
Question for the king of the silky tones. It is Mr. Keys. I have 5 children, and 4 of them are AS statemented. The youngest of these 4 has similar compulsions as your Ruby when it comes to bodily fluids and behavioural issues. Other than Mary Jane, is there anything you do to help deal with the stress levels encountered by the day-to-day challenges of caring for the children? Any suggestions welcome, or a 20 deal? Yeah, I mean this guy. Find a funny fucker and get him
Start a podcast and start making a fortune.
make you laugh every week. Yeah, that is. I don't know if you find comedy therapeutic,
Absolutely. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I would find a lot of therapy from that of getting it out. But I know obviously I wouldn't expect you to go and become a fucking comedian, but there is have a hobby.
Yeah.
Try and find something that you enjoy that gets you out. I don't mean you're leaving the house for fucking days, but if it gets you out for a couple of hours,
It's just
That's the
something
thing.
that gets sort of some kind of endorphins through you is probably
yeah, absolutely. Because
I mean, fire a punch bag up in the garage and just fucking.
yeah, something, anything they got. Because I hear your plea. I can hear the pain in that. I know all about it, and it's a fucking killer. But yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, because you've been doing stand up 10 years,
Mhm.
and Ruby's 12, 11.
Ruby's 12. Yeah, so she was just born now when I decided to do it.
So that, I mean, is that a kind of thing? I suppose it wasn't a case of you didn't start this to get out of the house. You're already at it. Whenever
Well, it's one of
started
those
getting
things. I don't believe in fate or destiny or any of that shit. But there's times I look back at things and go, that was done for a reason.
Aye.
Like, I selected to try and do comedy at that time for a reason, because
But she wasn't showing any.
we didn't know anything
Signs,
3-4
no.
years into it. But if I had if Ruby, we had known her condition and her challenges, I never would have started stand up.
Yeah, I suppose.
Never in a million years.
Too much
I'd
to juggle,
be
really,
doing
isn't
nothing. Yeah, I'd be doing nothing. So I always look back and go, fuck. Like I say, I don't believe in serendipity or that sort of stuff, but I always think, fuck. There was a reason why I made certain decisions in my life that have now benefited me here
Aye.
that I didn't think about. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah, I don't know if that was ever supposed to happen, but yeah, it's worked out. Kind of like the thing with you coming up to me in the Empire and going, "Here, don't do a podcast."
Aye.
It was just
Things happen. Man,
it was it was supposed to happen because then lockdown happened and all all the shit from that then. So
Lockdown was me as well, to be honest.
yeah,
I fucked that bat.
yeah, all them fucking pink
No, it was a
eyes.
baseball bat, but it was made in China.
Them pink eyes that he had was
Aye,
yeah, was
yeah.
something else. Any word on the live stream for Saturday night? It is happening, but I don't know
Yeah,
what
so
the link is. Or
It's. I think it's been sorted out. There was a.
I genuinely believe the thing will crash. If it's advertised enough, the amount of people who are asking me, "Oh, I hope it's online. We can watch it." They're willing to pay and all that crack, but
My advice would be anybody that's. No, I shouldn't say that because it'll take away money from charity. I was going to say, get your phone out, just put it on Facebook Live and tell people.
don't do that.
But I think it has been sorted. There was somebody had said there was an initial problem was the cost to have it done was going to be so fucking ridiculous that
Right.
you wouldn't be getting any money for charity. But I think they've figured something out.
Okay.
So yeah, as far as I know, it has been live streamed.
Good stuff.
Which is
Right.
where I'll be watching it from because my ribs are fucked.
Does anybody else find it weird that the basketball leagues around the world are full of 7-foot giant people, yet the only 7-foot person I've ever seen is the one who happens to stand in front of me during a gig? Very good.
We wanted a
man,
7-foot
Adam.
teacher, and is it weird to give out somebody's name? Is it weird to say this?
You done it in the last one, so you might as well do it.
I didn't. Yeah, but yeah. So it was, his surname was Grogan, and you were like, "Trust you to be that tall and have the name of a giant." And I remember bumping into one time in a corridor, and his belt buckle hit me in the bridge of the nose. I said, "Sir, we can't be doing this here." She says, "How are you going to go up on you, Hammer?"
I never have this problem. I do know Adam and I know him personally, but he's not that short. But I do know what you mean. You'll always find the biggest comic will stand
yeah.
in front of you at a gig,
And it's always people who I live my life constantly being stuck behind people who get lost in a doorway. Do you know what I mean? Constantly stuck behind people who think, sure, there couldn't be anybody behind me getting off a plane. So I'm just going to stop walking to the side where I have to go. And it's always just into the airport. Like, I never understand why people have to stop at the bottom of them steps. Also, I'm always stuck behind people who walk diagonally through shopping centres.
Oh yeah, don't get that at all.
Fucking
Don't understand why
straight line. It's like Pac-Man. Just straight line.
Yeah.
Right, left, straight line.
but they do the crab walk.
do the fucking
sideways.
Frogger they're playing. Pac-Man.
Right, well, lads, what's happening? I hope yous are well, and well done for big lad Connor holding Mickey lad from Whelan on McKernie. With the rise of podcasts and almost every comedian creating or co-creating one, do you think this will affect people wanting to go to live comedy shows, or are they two very distinct forms of humour? I personally feel some comedians are funnier on their shows than their stand-up material, given the nature of the rehearsed versus spontaneous or conversational jokes. Would love your thoughts on this as two successful comedians and podcast hosts. Keep her lit, boys. Yeah, I don't know about two successful ones, but
No such thing as too successful.
I do find it very different. They're two different animals, and you also, me personally, I find that they're. We've only done 2 live shows, but we definitely have a different audience.
I think
There's
a difference.
podcast fans and there's stand-up fans.
Yeah. There's a
and there is the Venn diagram in the middle that there are people like both,
yeah.
but there are definitely more in either or camp.
It's a weird thing. I think where I look at it all the same in a way that stand-up podcasts and live podcasts. I approach it with the mindset of right, we're all in this room together. Nothing leaves this room.
Mm.
So there's things that I said, like jokes, if like fucking we'll not use the example again, but if you write down some of the things I've said in stand-up or on podcasts and read it out,
Yeah.
like, that's the most offensive shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
The idea is we're not supposed to say this.
No.
So this is where I'm throwing it in. I think
Context
stand-up
is key,
Yeah.
obviously, to the whole thing, yeah.
I think stand-up is the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, it's more kind of the stand-up. If a good stand-up has stuff that's so well crafted that I love it,
Yeah,
and the trick is to make it feel like it's off the cuff.
absolutely. Yeah. I've yet
I don't really have an answer for that question, basically, is what I'm saying.
I don't. I've yet to see anybody that can do an hour improv. It's not
Yeah.
possible. It's
Aye.
just maybe a Ross Noble or something, but he still has bullet points to keep him
Yeah,
right.
totally.
The podcast thing is completely different. That night we did in Black Box. Now, of course, I was steaming. You were tipsy.
I know, for me, I wasn't drunk at all.
I was fucking road. But again, it was just hit record and go.
Aye.
And then, as you
There's
said,
a weird freedom to it, like,
our
but it's
patron says there, it is rehearsed. Or it's not rehearsed. It's spontaneous. It's conversational.
aye.
But a conversation can drag on a bit, whereas comedy is to be hitting you all the
Yeah,
time.
totally.
Yeah.
I think as a comedian, you have more control on stage as a stand-up. Like, you're going to say something fucking shocking or ridiculous or dirty,
You get that wee.
and you're like,
tingle.
"Who do you fucking say it?"
I love that.
Whereas
feeling.
with podcasts, it's just sometimes it just flies out of you,
Yeah.
and you don't have time to think about it. So I think stand-up's better, personally. That's my thing.
Listen, I
Like, we're comedians who do podcasts,
yeah.
not podcasters who do stand-up.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
we were what? Well, I was 8 years. You were
Yeah, I was
12,
10,
13,
12 years in, like, yeah.
by the time we started this. So
Yeah.
it was just we're comedians who do podcasts. But I can also, because I have the luck of the music end of things, I can tell you there's no better feeling than stand up.
Aye. Oh, it's the best.
Musicians can say all they want and all the rest, but like I remember the last gig we played, it was 500 people and the place was bouncing, everybody was dancing, but I could still people see talking to themselves,
Aye.
not paying attention. I'm like, you're not looking at me.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Whereas stand up, you have the full control
Yeah.
of the room. And
I love the feeling of during stand up, somebody, because there's always one person in the crowd who's just not enjoying it or doesn't visibly look to be
Yeah.
enjoying it. And there's no better feeling to me than ignoring them and making everybody else around them laugh harder. And in my head, I go, "You're going to go home on your own." Even if you're going home with somebody, the person beside you's had a really good time.
what? Yeah.
You're going home by yourself in your own head.
What I do like of those people, and sometimes you just don't get them, and as you say, you can make other people laugh, but I love somebody who arms folded going, "Who the fuck's this boy?"
Aye.
And after about 5 minutes, you look again, they're laughing, you're like, "Yes."
I love, this is my favourite one, is somebody being like, "I don't like him." Then you get them, and then you watch them go, "No, I don't like him again."
You get it twice. Deadly. That's a skill.
You go, "That's beautiful."
All right, lads. First time questioner. You're very welcome.
Man,
We
very welcome
always
to
love
buggers.
first time questioners. What is the crack with a big white balloon? Oh, fuck, we done it already.
Aye.
Okay, so yeah, we know that. Right. Was that mad? Well, this is a bit. This is one of those ones where it's like, I wouldn't read this because I know what he's trying to say, but it's too serious. And it was that mad earthquake in Turkey caused by Mickey's intense skipping regime? But the
No.
problem is,
Well,
there's
what
too
happened
many.
was, it was actually tsunami because I slapped your ma's ass and the wave travelled the whole way
And I
across
just
the
read the
Middle East.
wave. Right, seen Uncle Mick for the first time in Lavery's a few weeks back. A wee surprise spot. Was starstruck with all of them there. Don't know how I'm going to handle being at the boxing alone. Yeah, I mean,
That's just somebody bragging they got tickets.
that's or that's somebody. That's when somebody's going to go. Listen, I'm just going to pre-warn you. I don't know what state I'm going to be in Saturday night, but I'm out for the night.
Aye.
There's somebody going. Listen, I might
Yeah.
fucking scream at you.
We
but
will be going to the Empire.
Right, Connor, have you been thinking about the little squirrel recently? If not, you are now. I never forget about him. I never stop thinking about him.
We
No.
squirrely the Sam.
Sammy is, I'm nearly sure. He didn't mark it off in the calendar, but his hibernation is nearly time
Aye.
to be. And I have, oh my God, I have the whole place ready for him. Like, it is
Do
fucking.
you not recognise it?
Oh, you're
Like
not-
changing
you're not
rooms for a
know-
squirrel.
Do you know what I mean?
What if he comes in and doesn't like the spare bedroom?
He'd fucking need to. The fucking wallpaper I put up for the cunt. Fuck me. Do you know how hard it is to get 3 fucking wallpaper? So. And the cafe is fully stocked. Mm-hmm.
BPMs, Red Bulls,
Yeah. Awesome.
Oasis.
Oh, it's nuts. So listen, well, Mickey, how'd the school reunion go? We done that, right? Connor, good to see best of the best back. Can we look forward to more in the near future? Yes.
I might listen. Is it on Spotify?
Yes.
I'm gonna listen on the way home.
So yes, best of the best podcast. I know we're not to talk about it here.
We are now. You've had a couple of years off.
Yeah, so go and check it out. We did The Godfather there. Was
Just type in Deck Chair and Yums, Spotify. If you're looking the best of the best podcast.
Hey! Well, lads, what about instead of Connor and Geddes beating the heads of each other in the ring, they have a cook-off? Both men sound like they're handy in the kitchen. Oh, I'd love that.
That would be good.
Fucking great. Blind test. A blind taste test.
I'd be all, listen, I'm sorry, but one of you use onions, so thumbs down.
Like, I would use onions, you wouldn't even know. That's how good I am.
No,
you wouldn't.
I know, because you'd be all crying, no. He's using fucking onions.
Right. That would be fucking deadly, actually. Although Kieran does some cooking thing, doesn't he?
Now, comedians cook off a good crack.
I would love that, actually. I would really love that. That'd
Yeah.
be fucking deadly. And I think we could arrange that, because I
There's
know...
bound to be a culinary school somewhere.
I know some, like the local college in Oma has a culinary course.
Man, let's do fucking...
And they have a big kitchen.
Yeah.
We could all maybe... That would be fucking epic, right? After the boxing is the cook-off. Ding.
Round one?
No, that's what he's called. That's what he called himself.
Sorry. I just went into muscle memory there.
I think he works in the kitchen because he's used to the microwave. But he's... sure. If this happens, it's all down to you. You get a free ticket.
That'd be good. That'd be fucking great.
It would be good, actually. Right, me again, boys. Not a question, just a statement. Just heard on the radio this morning the British government want to introduce a new digital currency called Bitcoin by the end of the decade. You called it, Connor. You fucking called it. I did.
Bitcoin, though?
That's not going to be Bitcoin, no.
Fuck, at least do something.
No, it'll not be. It's just that'll be the media's thing to get people into, Bitcoin. You know, it's again, but no, it's going to be something else.
Because then you're going to have ones over here like fucking Chucky Arpacedas or something. To try and...
I don't think...
I'll do better than that.
Puntcoin was not going to work, like I said.
That's what I did when I paid the taxes, just punt and I can think of
But
a
yes,
better
don't be
Bitcoin,
getting
Bitcoin,
worried
Bitcoin.
about our new digital currency. It's just another form of control.
Dollraz? No.
No.
Can you talk away? Euros. There we go. This is how they do in Northern Ireland with the digital currency. Euros. That hurts. Is the NHS still open?
Right. This is this is one of those ones I've no idea what is being talked about, but I'm going to read it anyway. Yes.
Do you know what? Don't read it out because I just liked it because it was a beautiful. It was just a beautiful wee story.
Oh, okay.
I think the questions at the end, the story's phenomenal. Hats off to you, Marco. I chuckled. But TLDR.
Aye.
I need a pitch.
Good. Oh, next up, all I'm saying online is how bad vapes are now for you, scare stories, etc. Do you think it's just the government trying to lie for a change and trying to get some sort of tax out of them because they realise how much they can make? Or are they not as bad as the media have been making out and it's just nonsense? I don't know, but I can't imagine they'd be good for you. Maybe not as bad as cigarettes, but they can't be good for you.
But I think there's like a... Vapes are a weird one because I've tried vaping a few times and it's never out of my fucking hand. So imagine if you smoked cigarettes, if you smoked 60 fags a day, which is how much is in a Dragon bar.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
It wouldn't take that long before you're like, I can't smoke anymore.
Somebody recently went off the fags and is going through one of those elf bars or whatever bars, 60 fags a day. And I'm like,
worth the nicotine,
you went, they only smoked every so often.
Aye.
I was like, you went from like 8 fags a day to 60. Now, yes, the tar's not there, but you're getting such a fucking nicotine habit. It's unreal.
But I think there's like, I remember talking to somebody once about it. Because popcorn lung was sort of trending.
I remember that being.
And a mate of mine was going, I think it's actually just the tobacco industry.
And now they're thinking
scaremongering.
Now they think it's the other way
to
around.
try and get people to go back to cigarettes. So it's, who the fuck knows? It's
none of the two are good for you.
Aye.
So don't smoke and don't vape.
As somebody who smokes, and find myself at times going, I don't even fucking like smoking. But I still smoke.
That's my problem.
I'm like, what is it about the feeling of something going into your lungs and coming back out that we just can't stop doing?
But not only that, like I just love it too much, but there is that thing now. I'm watching people who never smoked cigarettes start vaping.
Aye.
And I don't mean young people. Like, I've seen all the young ones are all vaping, but I mean like people of my age who I never smoked, but I like a wee vape.
Aye.
and they've only started 3 years ago, and I'm like, you just
Because
started.
raspberry ice feels delicious.
Yeah, but you've started a nicotine
Aye.
addiction now. For what
I'm
reason?
thinking about getting on the gum.
But there is that psychological thing. You want something in your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you love it too.
This isn't going to work out.
Just you bad.
This vape tastes like spunk.
The menthol.
It is absolutely mental. We're cousins. What?
Right. What advice would you give to someone moving over to mainland for the mainland of what? We get political now. Over to the mainland for the first time, as I have got a job in the Royal Fleet Auxiliary and I have to move to Plymouth. Oh fuck. Right. Advice you give someone going over to the mainland. So I mean, we've done this recently, or I did this recently with my daughter. So make sure you've stocked up on BPM, Hunky
Club
Dories,
Orange.
Club Orange,
Space Raiders.
wheat and bread, soda farls, tater farls.
Aye. And if you're a Protestant, hate. That's a wee joke, but you know me, I don't even believe in God. Is
What do you mean,
Royal
if-
Fleet Auxiliary, is that
What do you mean if he's a Protestant? He's joined the Royal Fleet Auxiliary.
So just double checking. Aye.
That's
that the Navy?
That's wrong too. As if there's never been a
if it's
Catholic.
the Navy, man, bring lube.
It's like there's never been a Catholic in the army. Like,
There hasn't been. There has, just not that army. I don't know. I suppose if you're going into the Navy, do they not take care of most of your shit? So, like, what sort of time off are you getting for stuff like that?
auxiliary would suggest that they're not full time, as in they're not. You know,
But
I
is
don't
that
know.
maybe just,
maybe.
I don't, yeah,
Plymouth is the place where
yeah,
a
that's
lot
what
of
the
ships.
Marines are in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't think. Oh, no.
But if you're moving over there, yeah, just remember about the things you're going to miss from home that you
Like coming back home.
like coming back home. The things you assume are going
You're
to
a
be there.
Brit now, yeah, but sorry, that sounds really. Help our heroes.
What?
The Avengers are in
Oh yeah, okay.
bad way after Tony Stark died.
Yeah, and if you're in Plymouth, I don't know how far away that is from London, but I would basically suggest you, like, party in London rather than going.
I dare say you have plenty of room to party when if you're hanging out with squaddies and
Well, if there's no squaddies there, you're going to fucking
sailors and soldiers and such.
You're going to get. You're going to
You'll
have
have a great
fun.
time.
Let us know how you get on the Royal Fleet. Actually, what is the crack? What's the?
Is there an age limit? Because I'm looking something to do
What's the riding scenario
in the Navy.
In the Navy. Mm-hmm. There'll be a lot of boys.
Not these days. That's all been cracked down, Connor. Now,
Don't ask, don't tell.
I don't do anything.
Right, what was the moment that made you realise that you like women? For me, it was when I was 11 and seen the opening scene in Barbed Wire and Erica Elenak in Under Siege in 1 week. Incidentally, I was never able to finish either movie until this year.
Eric Allen, yeah, which comes out of that cake.
Yeah.
Them some good 90s ditties, them.
They are now. That's
Fucking whoppers.
That's Baywatch specials.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
I don't ask me how this happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the new big stupid TV.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fucking digital channel that as far as I can tell, just shows Baywatch all day.
Right.
And see, when you try to watch Baywatch now, you go, oh, if it wasn't for the ditties, I forgot how bad the acting was and how bad the stories are. And
the whole thing's terrible.
but the moment where I went, oh fuck, I'm online here. I'm trying to think. Can you remember your?
First time I plugged in.
I remember being on holidays, and there was a woman there who was probably my age now,
Mm-hmm.
and me thinking, Jesus Christ, and I was about 9.
Mm-hmm.
I being like, something's going on here.
Myself and Big Ronnie Mullen, were talking not that long ago. We didn't realise this until we started talking. We both kind of had an awakening to Kirstie Alley.
That bit in Look Who's Talking, where she's got the big pregnant ditties, she's trying to button her top.
Even earlier than that. So we're
Cheers.
talking Cheers level. Aye. That was the first time I went,
Aye.
what's that?
Jessica Rabbit too, I have to be honest, when I saw them first get done the first
Yeah,
time.
that would have done. But no, again, I'd never get past. I watched that recently. I watched it about a month ago. I still could never get past it was a cartoon. You know what I mean? But an actual live action Kirstie Alley now, when she's in full anger. See, I'm starting to see there's something going on here. My teacher was.
What do
I have a psychological
what do
issue
you call
here.
the woman that did Jessica Rabbit's voice?
Catherine Turner
Catherine Turner.
or Kathleen Turner. Is it?
Kathleen Turner, yeah.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, she had a...
She had the voice for it.
Aye,
She's Chandler's dad.
I know.
Right. Did Mickey remember to ask McCartney's permission to go past the Ballygolly roundabout?
No, just come on,
I
man.
didn't want it. And then we'll read
I
Mark.
had McCartney's gum shield. I'd bring it up to him.
Seen that,
And
aye.
He'd be wondering himself the night when he puts it in, why is this taste a ball bag?
What's that? That's skin.
And I'll go, McCartney, that's just your tongue. It's your ball bag, McCartney.
Okay, don't be acting hard this week now. Fucking no, too late. And then Marco, we didn't read your other question because it was our papers
TLDR.
read it. But good luck for the fight night. Everyone is proud of you guys.
Oh, cheers, Marco lad.
Fair play to you, good man. Right, that's us for our questions. I hope I'll do a quick refresh and I hope that that's us. So
Class.
thank you very much, everybody.
As usual, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Buy tickets for the Frog and Bucket if you're in the Manchester direction.
26th of March, Manchester, 7 p.m.
Waterfront, Millennium Forum, October. If you're in Australia, I'm going to be out there in April as well. So fucking buy away. Let's get Daddy. But Daddy needs a new set of tax rebates.
Isn't it good that we remember this at the end of the
that's not
bonus episode?
I'm going to piss myself again. Right. See you later. Thanks very much. Bye. Bye. Cheerios. Yeah. Help me up.